here. I guess my water's in the trunk. Gonna have to just be a man about it. I guess I have to just be a man about it. I got a cigar that I think it's new. It's kind of like a Rothschild. It's like a short Robusto. Even pack, not super heavy. As far as the blend, it's a Corojo. I'm assuming a lot of Nicaraguan or all Nicaraguan. We'll get to that later. It is a Tatuaje, the T110 series under Corojo. We had one before, but I don't think it was the Corojo. So the question is, what is the question? What's the question? What is the question? Yeah, it's too touchy. Yeah, you can't. Oh, right. The drawer is very open. The drawer is very open. Soft, gentle heat on this. Now it's my father. My father. It is my father. It's Tatuaje, but pretty much all Tatuajes. I can't say all, but a lot of Tatuaje is my father because I know. I know my father had. My father. I'm sorry, Tatuaje House had some people make stuff out of Miami too. I think. Yeah. Kind of cold out tonight. Very easy draw. It's also very short. Put it this way: the longer you make the cigar, the harder it is to make it draw good because you have distance. The draw is how it draws from this side to the other side, and the less distance you have, the easier it is to draw. But I digress. Still a very good draw. Medium plus off the bat. I gotta say this: there's a little bit of creaminess to it and a little bit of raw sugar off the bat that I wasn't expecting off of Tatuaje. I wasn't expecting that. That's a very good draw. This is so far. This is starting off. This is better than I expected. It's better than I expected. Mm. Light, medium, full, right there. I think I like this cigar. I think it's just more complex than I expected. It's a little more savory and tasty than I expected. Kimberly, what's up? How you doing out there in Maryland? What are you smoking tonight? Finish is pretty long, not super heavy though. Mm. Right there, almost medium full. This is a banger. I'm having a great time with this. This is more complex, more sweet, a little bizarre. I almost don't know where to place this thing. I don't know where. I don't know where. Exactly. Kimberly, can I call you that? Is that your legal name? Kimberly, I hope you're doing well. This is a cigar channel. Generally, it's guys here making dick jokes and ridiculous shenanigans, trying to offend everyone so we don't offend anyone. We're like a multivitamin of dick jokes, if that makes any sense. It's just shenanigans. That's all it is. It's a men's over 50 shenanigans. You get what I'm saying. It's the Centrum Silver of dick jokes. Hmm. Jeremy, this I'm gonna tell Jeremy. We're zooming out right now, Jeremy. We're gonna zoom out hard. This might be one of my most favorite tatuajes I ever had. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to make that kind of statement. I'm telling you right now, this is a fun, kind of a bizarre, kinky cigar that is working. It's enjoyable. It's unique. Normally, tatuajes are not so unique. It's a lot of, I hate to say, a lot of like, it's generally going to be a strong, earthy Nicaraguan cigar. It's my father. This small batch Tatuaje T110 is fantastic. Mm. Mm. Solid medium full right there. 70% darkness. Solid medium full, 70% darkness. It's really not chocolatey. If you're looking for that chocolatey vibe, it doesn't have that. Dry nuts, dry cedar, but there's a lot of funkiness. And I mean like weird funkiness. It's a Corojo, but I'm telling you right now. So yeah, we got black pepper, we got dry nuts, we got cedar, but there is all different kinds of funkiness going on in this that I can't place. And when I get perplexed like that, I'm just going to tell you. However, though, how that funkiness fits in with the rest of the blend is really good. I don't just lie. If something's okay, it's okay. I don't remember what I paid for this though, but I know I didn't overpay. Pennsylvania has the cheapest prices. Was this 10? Let's get to the information on this cigar. Let's see here. What's the information on this cigar? All right. Let's talk about the original. What was the? Here's the cigar. It says 4 3/4. Is this the right Nicaragua Corojo leaf? Uh, there's the cigar. This is the T110 Corojo. That's a box worthy cigar. This is box worthy. I could smoke this over and over again. I don't know how else to describe it. It's giving me vibes of like, I hate to say it, and it's gonna sound tongue in cheek, right? You're gonna think I'm lying to you, but I'm not. It tastes like a strong Cuban cigar. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Um, so I'm not saying it's like strong for AJ. It feels like a strong, not a super dark. Not that there's a lot of super dark Cuban cigars. Nobody's generally going, oh yeah, it's a double oscuro. Fucking no. It'd be dark and strong for a Cuban cigar, but the pungent heaviness and a lot of that funkiness with the dry cedar and the black pepper, and there is some nice sweetness on this, but it feels extremely way too balanced for what it's doing. The flavors are combined and harmonious, so it's not just like well something. No, and the way the finish hits with it, I know bullshit a mile away, and this isn't bullshit. And I wouldn't recommend Boxworthy. I don't just see that every episode. It has to be legitimately Boxworthy. It has to be legitimately that I would smoke it over and over again. Here he says the T110 Corojo is 4 3/8, 52 short Robusto. It was an exclusive, the original, for a shop out of Hawaii. But this isn't the original. This is Corojo. This is the all new Corojo. Corojo. This it is. That's it. Here's the news. August. So basically, September. Richie might be one of the first guys reviewing this, because if this is listed as an August 25th release, normally these big companies they release it as soon as they can. So it just came out, and September was only last month. So I mean, chances are, and I bought this I bought this kind of last week, so the beginning of October. Um, it just came out. I could recommend this, man. Even the way they're doing the boxes there is like the way they do like on the Cuban cigars. If you look at the boxes, Siglo 6. The construction on this, the draw on this thing is fantastic. I mean it when I say this, Jeremy. It's reminding me of a strong Cuban cigar. It's reminding me almost like a Bolivar. I got nothing bad to say about this thing, man. I thought this was just gonna be another My Father Tatuaje cigar. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of strong and whatever. Nothing intriguing. Well, I'm intrigued. Even when I have cigar prejudices, each time I review a cigar, even if I have already had it months ago and I come back to it, it's a clean slate. My cigar channel is one video at a fucking time. So whatever I had in the past will be taken into consideration. But this moment is this moment right now, in the moment of truth. And I'm telling you right now, this cigar doesn't suck. This cigar is fantastic. And I'm definitely going to buy this again. Next time I go there, I'm going to buy some more of this. And I remember being pretty affordable. I don't know the price point. Was it $10? Smoke, draw, fantastic. Delicious. Delicious. Fantastic. Fantastic. Perfect burn. Yeah. Medium full. Spicy. Right now, it's actually transitioning. It just transitioned right there. Well, cut off my cock and call me Susie. It's ma'am. This cigar just transitioned. Literally buttered popcorn. Bro, this cigar is fucking nuts. Literally buttered popcorn just threw in the mix. Bro, this is a guys, this is a banger. This should be in the top 25. For 2025, this should be in top 25. This size right here, Rothschild. They call it Show Robusto. That's Rothschild. It's a banger. That's Boxworth. I don't just throw that out there. This is really fun. Oh, wow. Wow. This thing tastes special. No diddy. Black pepper spice is lingering, but it's comfortable, but it's potent. Wow, the whole thing. What the hell? Now some floral notes. Guys, this is a crazy cigar. If you want an extremely complex, different, funky, some floral, buttered popcorn, nutty, cedar, uh, sugary mixes in this as well. This is fucking nuts. And I can't find the blend. Was it all Habano? What kind of tobacco was this? Oh, right in my choke, dude. And it's got like a soft texture to the smoke too, almost like cotton candy. Dude, this is really a banger, Jeremy. I promise you, when I go back next time to Cigar International, I'm gonna buy some more of these. This is a banger of a banger of a banger. This is fantastic. This is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I don't lie. I thought this was going to be an average mid-tier cigar. I thought it was going to be Earth and Black Pepper. Okay, and it was affordable. No, this is way better than that. This is fantastic. Yes. Quite right, you see. Quite right, you see. Fantastic. Oh, what is happening now? What the hell is happening now? I almost don't want to review anymore because you could probably think I'm lying. This cigar is fucking fun. Normally, Nicaraguan cigars are not fun. They might be strong. Uh, this is fun. This is a fun. And normally, Corojo cigars are. This is fun. This is a great time. This is a great time. This is a great time. I got nothing bad to say about it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. right. All right. Hmm. All right. Well, banger. It's a banger cigar, but no one here cares right now. That's okay. I know Tatuaje is a brand that it doesn't have the same commanding respect like it did 10, 15 years ago. They're watching Thursday night football. Jeremy, whenever there's a football game on, these sodomites are in their jersey eating wings, drinking beer, and they're celebrating grown men chase a ball, getting tackled. Grown men sitting on each other with male cheerleaders in the audience. Yay! Give me an S, S. Give me a O, O. Give me a D, D. Sodomite. That's okay. I'm going to enjoy it, too. This is fun. This is a new type of blend. Whatever they did on this is special. Whatever, this is PG approved. PG, this literally reminds me of a dark, strong for Cuban. It's different. If you said a dark, like, it reminds me of Bolivar. It reminds me of the Bolivar that had that little extra dark red purple band, with like that leaf, the gold leaf on it. This reminds me of that. It reminds me of the Bolivar. Uh, I'm dead serious, man. This thing tastes like Bolivar Cuban cigar. It's fantastic, and the complexity is insane. The complexity is way too good, but the finish is pretty long, but it's not heavy on the tongue. So I can still taste it, but it's not layering. So it gives a little bit of airiness and mystery, which will kind of happen a little more in Cuban cigars. Generally, when you go like strong, non-Cuban cigars, cigars we get here in America, when you once you start getting medium full, you're gonna be getting blown out, and then tons of finish. The flavor right now literally is root beer, buttered popcorn, nutty, cedar, black pepper, raw sugar. I don't know what the fuck, floral note. Um, it's fucking. It reminds me of. It reminds me of. If I was having like one of the best Cuban cigars I ever had, this was what. I don't know how else to fucking explain it. I'm low balling my what's the word my not exaggerate my low ball my what's the word my energy right now. Um, I think partly because where I'm sitting right now, the way the cops hang out in this town, I'm like, like 30 feet from a cop car. And I'm just sitting here smoking a cigar. So I don't want to be like screaming about dick jokes. I think that's affecting my energy. I'm trying to be a little more polite, you know. So anyways, though, but yeah, no, that's definitely what it is, because I want to be respectful. Um, yeah, there's a guy who just keeps screaming about cock Cuban cigars. He's just sitting there talking to his cell phone. It's a cigar channel, bro. These are imaginary people that care about me. And nobody here cares about me. But look, it's better than being in prison. It's better than drinking and driving. It's better than doing fentanyl. This is the best I got. It doesn't cost me much money to smoke a cigar, talk to people here, and I know it helps them too. It's part of the community. I'm in people's minds. I'm in people's minds. Not all of them, but a lot of people. I think the channel I've had over 500,000 views. Hey, for a regular guy from Long Island, if a 500,000 people know me and we smoke cigars together, I'm cool with that. I could reach more people here than I could if I go sit in a lounge talking to an old man just like, wah, 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 wah. Full Metal Chat is imaginary. Thank you, Mr. Imaginary. Sacco is imaginary. Thank you, Imaginary Sacco. PG also has a huge cock. Thank you, Imaginary PG with the huge cock. I appreciate that. Thank you. You noticed. Thank you. You noticed. Yeah, I do have the best hair in the lounge. I do have the best hair in the lounge. I'm gonna be 42 years old. Can't stress enough, guys. Guys, you got to do some bare knuckle boxing a few times a week. Guys, you got to exercise. Guys, you got to eat your prunes. You got to limit your alcohol content. Have 1 or 2 drinks a week. That's it. Make it special. Okay, make it special. Uh, you got to do some walking every day. Walk a couple of miles every day. As you get older, you can't run no more. Walk a couple of miles, but you got to do that bare knuckle boxing. There's no excuse. You got to fucking keep yourself strong because this world is trying to fuck you in the ass. Mm. Filter your water. Can't stress that enough. Don't eat candy bars. Don't drink soda. Once in a while, you want to have a soda, limit it. You should be having less soda than your alcohol. Soda is more dangerous than alcohol. I promise you that. You want diabetes? You you want to ruin your soda. Literally ruins your blood. You want blood cancer? Keep on drinking soda every day. Stop it. Now, this cigar is a banger. I'll get to the number later, but it's a banger. And I'm telling you right now, Sacco, this is box worthy. This is the short Robusto. It just came out a few weeks ago. Buy a box of this. If it's not sold out, this is a banger. New England's fantastic. My favorite state in America is the state of Vermont. That's the state where my family, from my mother's side, has been there since the 1700s. I know that for a fact. I'm not going to get into that story right now, but I always wondered why I loved being in the state of Vermont. My family, his name was Luther Damon. Luther Damon signed the Here I am going into the story that I said I wasn't going to tell you. Luther Damon signed the Constitution of Vermont right in Windsor, Vermont. Windsor, Vermont, there's a white church. I don't mean skin color, but the building. Let me rephrase that. There's a building that's white that happens to be a church. And they formed the Constitution, the charter, for the state of Vermont. And I guess he'd be on my mother's side, a great grandpa, however you want to say it. And he made the state of Vermont. My bloodline, the Damon bloodline from my mother's side. From my mother's side, you know the Damons' historical family. The Damons. I'm telling you a fact. I went all the way back to my genealogy. The Damons on my mother's side, we were in the Revolutionary War. The Damons on my mother's side were at Paul Revere. There was 3 Damons riding with Paul Revere, warning the people the British were coming. Do you know the Damons? There was also Damon gentlemen from my family, Damons, that were in the Boston Tea Party, that were throwing the tea, saying "fuck the king." This is not hearsay; it's a fact. The Damons were royals they were nobles. I digress. Not royals, nobles. Nobles were under royals. The Damons were a noble family that came over in the 1600s to Reading, Massachusetts, from England, and they were Protestants, and they were protesting the king, protesting the Catholic Church, and not that they hated the Catholic Church, but they they said that the church started changing from the original course. They became Protestants, and it's a banger. It's a fantastic time. I'm being dead serious. I swear to you, on the life of my child, I have the paperwork on this. The Damon family is a historical family that came from Massachusetts. I'm sorry, came from England during the Mayflower time. I think even on the Mayflower. I could look that up for you. His name was Samuel Damon, and my name is Damon Samuel. My mother, see, my family, without realizing, has been naming all my cousins on my mother's side and my uncles. It's all the same names of this noble family for the past 400 years. My uncle Kurt, his first wife, was Deborah, and his second wife was Catherine. Well, there was a William Kurt Damon and a Kurt Damon, his name, and my uncle's brother is William. So, anyways, my uncle Kurt married a Deborah and then divorced and married a Catherine. Well, in the 1600s, there was a Kurt Damon and his wife died, Deborah, and he remarried a woman named Catherine. My family's a noble family that's been doing this for 400 years. Before they were in England, they were in France in the 1400s, and then they left in the 1400s, went to England. They were the Damonts. Damon in France was Damont up to the 1400s, and they would play for the king uh, music. This is all in the books. This historical family. They were musicians from France that went to England in the 1400s. And I could play piano blindfolded. I promise you, my history of my family is repeating it. But yes, the Damons were at the Revolution. The Damons, one of the Damons in my family was killed in the Revolutionary War by Native Americans that were helping. There's some Native Americans fought with the British, some fought with us. Anyways, hey, all fair and level war. And one of the people in my family was massacred with a tomahawk, with a hatchet, chopped to pieces. They said nothing left. He died a warrior, though. Hey, rest in peace to him. And it's better than going in a nursing home. Trust me on that. So, anyways, I digress. So, yeah, my family then was all part of that. And the Damon family, Luther Damon, who has the same birthday as me, December 17th, he made the state of Vermont right in Windsor, Vermont. And the way I found out about Windsor, Vermont, I was smoking a cigar. I was driving up to Burlington. I always love going to Vermont. And halfway up to Burlington, Vermont, I said, I'm going to pull over and smoke a cigar at the next exit. The next exit was Windsor, Vermont. We're going to drop this ash because the ash is getting flaky. Here we go. Windsor, Vermont. When I got to Windsor, Vermont, a little town near a river and a mountain. That's actually an active volcano. It's dormant right now, but it's still it's a volcano that could blow. Anyways, what's the point of the story? I was smoking the cigar in this old historical cemetery with this big white church. And the biggest obelisk there, I walked up to it. I'm sitting under a tree smoking a cigar, and I walk up to this obelisk. And it was Luther Damon with the same birthday as me. And all of his children had the same names of all my aunts and uncles in my family. Same names. And I'm going, what are the chances of this? What are the chances? What are the chances? And here's even crazier. When I was a kid, my mother would tell me stories about Lulu and Walter. My mother would always tell me stories about Lulu and Walter. And she'd make up little imaginary stories about Lulu and Walter. You know, when I looked up the history of my family, there was a Lulu and Walter in the 1600s. In my family, Lulu and Walter Damon. My mother is a Damon. What are the chances of that? All those things I'm telling you is true. When I was telling my family about this, it was at a card game last month. And I'm telling my whole family how I discovered that we're the noble family of the Damons. And going back from France to England and then in America. And in America, we were part of the Revolutionary War, the Boston Tea Party, and Paul Revere. The British are coming, and we made the state of Vermont. And there's also museums in Massachusetts with our family name. And I told them about all of our names we've copied. We've been using the same names now for the past 50 years that my family that I know, without realizing we've been naming ourselves. Like my Uncle Kurt named his son Joseph, there was a Joseph Damon. My Uncle Kurt named his son Benjamin Caleb. There was a Benjamin Caleb in the 1600s. Like we've been naming, and then I could go on to my connection. It's impossible. And as I'm telling this, my other cousin Dominic goes, well, we didn't want to say anything, but we're having a baby, and we chose the baby's name was going to be, William Kurt, you know. And I just told him how we already have an Uncle Billy, Uncle William, and Uncle Kurt, but there were so many William Kurt Damons all throughout our family history for 400 years. And they literally proved my point. Like they literally said, they're like, you ruined the surprise because we were hiding the name. I said, hiding the name? We've been doing the same thing in my family for 400 years that I'm aware of. I'm not making this up. When I looked at the lineage, I just looked at the names. It's impossible. How is our modern family copying the same names of my family for 400 years without realizing it? That's even more crazy. So what, we're psychically doing this? I mean, the odds of that is impossible. 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 I could go deeper into that, but this cigar is such a banger. This is a godlike cigar. I don't hand out godlike that much at all. Probably less than 1%. This is a box-worthy cigar. It's a godlike cigar. It's PG approved. Jeremy will love this cigar. If you're looking to have like a fun, way too complex, unique, almost strong for Cuban kind of a vibe, it's a banger. This cigar is way too good for Tatuaje. This cigar is way too good for Tatuaje. And I did take off. There was 2 bands on this, and unfortunately, there was a little minor damage on the. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I took this cigar out of the cellophane, and I've been driving around. It didn't fall on the floor, but I had it resting on the car seat. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I think I've been noticing cigars without cellophane. When you leave them on a car seat, I don't know if it can handle it. Maybe a really thick, heavy Maduro Connecticut broadleaf could, but I don't think Habano wrappers can handle, or Corojo type wrapper like this. I don't think it can. So I might have to, when I'm driving, at least put the cigar back in the cellophane. How come I wasn't told a story of this before I stumbled on the graveyard? That's a great question. Growing up, my family always told us that we knew our family came over during the Mayflower time. Growing up, our family, we had family in Maine. The Davis family went to Massachusetts, they went to Maine, and they went the other way to Vermont. We knew we were a historical family, that we came to America in the 1600s. That we knew, because we still have family in Boston right now. And that's why I know I'm related to Matt Damon, because Matt Damon's family came from England and to Reading, Massachusetts. The Damons is 100%. That's exactly where my family. Matt Damon's family came to Reading, Massachusetts, in the 1600s. So did my family. I don't know how else to tell you that. See, here's the thing: people in my family knew, but they didn't know how to prove it. I proved it because when I went to the state of Vermont with Johnny Stash in 2017, and I've been there before when I was younger. I felt at home. I felt so peaceful. I knew I belonged there. I felt like I'd been there before. And so I kept going back a few times a year. And one time I went back by myself with the side chick. The side chick didn't count though. But I bowled her brains out of her mouth. She also gave me a blowjob in the woods, but that's totally different. I digress. Anyways, when I went to that cemetery, that's where I found the name. And maybe one day I'll do a whole episode with all the pictures. I have the pictures of all the cemetery, all the names. And I have the books. I got there's government documents of my family. It's a historical family. I have the lineage of the Damons for the 16 to 1700s, up until I think the 1800s. But how was my modern family now copying all the same names without knowing this? See, there's something. It's memories. Memories don't need to be told. It's in the blood. My uncle Kurt Damon, all of his children and both his wives are the same names for the past 400 years. My family. It's impossible. My mother's middle name is Roxy. Phyllis Roxy Damon. Do you know there was a Roxy Damon in the 1700s and the 1600s? It's impossible. Why would someone in 1953 name my mother Roxy Damon without realizing it's in their bloodline for the past 400 years, but didn't know? They didn't know physically, but they knew spiritually somehow. I'm not making this up. How? How? My grandfather was William Damon. His children were William, Kurt, and Joseph Damon. Now, my uncle Joseph, really, he goes by Uncle Valiant. because that's his middle name. So he calls himself Val, but his real name is actually Joseph. And so I digress. And then I'm going to get to my connection even more. Besides Luther Damon making the state of Vermont and having the same birthday as me, December 17th, there was children during that time in the 1700s in Vermont. And there was 3 daughters. Effie Damon. Oh, my goodness. Give me a second. It's the same name as my mother-in-law. Oh, my gosh. She would kill me. I can't think of Ellen. There was a Effie Damon, an Ellen Damon, and a Delilah Damon. I'm going to get to this. They were in the same bloodline. There was an Effie Damon. So I literally, the 3, I've been in 3 major relationships, 5 years exactly. 5 years, 5 years, and 5 years. Okay. Now, in between, I had a lot of women, but they weren't relationships. In this bloodline, there was an Effie Damon, Ellen Damon, and a Deborah Damon. Here we go. Effie Damon. Effie was the name of my first girlfriend. 5 years with her. Oh, wow. Also, Effie's birthday, which I won't say for privacy, in my mother's notebook, her birthday, the first day I stood up and walked like a man, I wasn't even 1 year old, but I stood up. I pulled myself up, and I stood up like a man. It's the same birthday of my first girlfriend. That's crazy. Effie Damon was my first girlfriend. A 5-year relationship. Ellen Damon. No, I didn't date Ellen Damon, but my first wife, my second major relationship, 5 years. My wife's mother's name was Ellen. Okay. So you have Ellen Damon, the connection to my second woman, 5 years. Ellen Damon. And the third one is Delilah Damon. Well, my last relationship of 5 years with that very beautiful woman in Colorado, I'm sorry it didn't work out. Well, anyways, you know, the one thing she hated about me was my long hair. And she would always beg me, cut your hair. I hate your long hair. I hate your long hair. What story in the Bible has a man, a strong man, that the woman wants him to cut his hair? Samson and Delilah. Effie Damon was my first woman. Ellen Damon, the mother of my first wife. Delilah Damon, a woman after that for 5 years, kept on begging me to cut my hair. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I read into this stuff. It's insane. And they were all sisters. So somehow these names are following our family is insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a fantastic cigar. It's a fantastic cigar. It's a godlike cigar. The flavor on this cigar, just go out and buy it. Just go out and buy a few and have a great time with it. I'm pretty sure it's affordable. I'm done describing the notes because it's insane. You could just puff on the cigar. This cigar's got every flavor but chocolate. Slightly earthy, not too much. Every flavor's on this cigar but chocolate and honey. There's no honey and there's no chocolate. Pretty much everything else it's got. I don't know how else to describe it. Let's get to the news because we've had a lot of fun here. Next at 10. Well, scientists are saying the DNA of all the men they slept with was found in their brains. And now they're saying, well, where does it come from? When men dump loads in chocha, the woman's body stores the DNA. What? Yeah. It's just like a disk in a hard drive. Uh, the man uploads the information. When a woman sleeps with a man, that DNA is in her forever, in her brain forever. And that's why, if you think about it, in the Bible, when if a woman laid with a man that wasn't her husband, or if she was attacked, they would say, either way, they would say she was defiled. Defiled. and you think of that word defiled, her files have been changed. Like she's her, but if she's with a man that does that, other than her husband, she's been defiled. She's been changed. Her files is defiled. The files change. 2.0, 3.0. Every time a woman sleeps with a different man, it changes her mind, changes her body. Now, as far as a man sleeping with a man, I think you just get AIDS. Next at 10. Well, here you go. This is an 1800s, a drawing of Lucifer of Baphomet, as above, so below, the goat heads for the 5-pointed pentagram, etc., etc., etc. In here, though, you see the snake on the rod, and that is the same symbol where we get our pharmaceutical symbol, and they use it for hospitals. So basically, all your shots, all your medicine is coming from Satan's dick. This is a drawing in the 1800s. This is what hospitals and pharmacies use now. It's on ambulances, too. You want a booster? You want to get injected? You want some more Satan's pee-pee? I mean, you can't make this up. This came out first. When they drew this stuff for medical stuff, they're like, hold on, we're going to use angel wings. Yeah, anything else? How about a rod? Okay. How about a dual helix snake? Okay. Well, what this really comes from, if you understand the occult, if you understand symbolism, this is going back to the beginning of time in the book of Enoch, which is also in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, where it says angels that were supposed to watch the earth, they took women, and their children were giants, men of renown. There was fallen angels that turned from God, and they knocked up women, and they changed the bloodline of this world. You have angels, the fallen angels, they used their rod, and they changed the bloodline. These two snakes also shows the intertwining of their DNA. If you understand how DNA is shown as a helix, a double helix. So because of the penis, the rod of fallen angels, the DNA of this world has been changed. I don't know if you understand how to read the occult. All these things have a message. I'll say it again. Because of the fallen angels using their rod, they changed the DNA of this world. You can't stress that enough. You want some angel cock? Oh, yeah. You want to change your DNA? Why is the Baphomet symbol on my hospital? Why is the symbol of Satan on my medicine? It's a coincidence. Come on, Richie. You're just a conspiracy theorist. Richie, you only had a secret clearance. Richie, stop thinking. You're overanalyzing. Why are you saying the same symbol for the Baphomet is on it's on there, but come on. And what's the message? Everything people in the occult do has a dualistic message. The first is what you see, and then the real message is what it means. I can't stress it enough. And Kurt, how's your balls? Next at 10. Whoa, that was yesterday's story. Next at 10. That was yesterday's story. Is that all the news I got? I don't have any news? Wow. I don't have much news stories today. Oh, I do have this. Here we have some kind of wrestling going on in Africa. They tie the hands of the man behind them. It's MMA, but it's MM gay. The winner has to hump the other man 3 times, and then you win. I don't like this. I don't want to cover the story too long. This feels illegal. But in Africa, they're tying people up with their hands behind their back. And if you hump the other guy with his legs in the air 3 times, you win. Now, I don't know why you would do this. I guess if they're making money, but that's not for me. There's no winners in this game, Uncle Larry, and that's going to bring us right to our first commercial break. Thank you, Uncle Larry. No winners, all losers. Ooh. I don't like that. That's not 10. Well, a man who died 27 years ago had his cemetery grave blown up with dynamite. And his mother said, "Why did you do this? He's been dead 27 years. Rest in pieces." I'll say that again. A man was blown up in a cemetery who's been dead for 27 years. Sacco, why don't you shut up, Sacco? I'm trying to tell the news. Sacco, why don't... There you go. Oh, shit. Oh, hold on a second. Uncle Larry, I'm sorry. My big thumb. Uncle Larry, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong person. Damn it. Uncle Larry, I'm so sorry. Uncle Larry's a gentleman. Not like Sacco. Uncle Larry, please come back. That was my bad, Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry, I'm sorry. Oh, I shot the wrong guy. Okay, Uncle Larry, I'm sorry. I'm now going to give the punishment to the bright man. Okay, that one was for Uncle Larry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Uncle Larry. That was like in The Departed. I said I'm sorry. All right, I feel bad. This is a sincere apology. I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry. In fact, you know what? I'm going to have a I'm sorry session. Let me bring back something happy. All right, let's bring back this. All right, let's bring back the chocha. All right, I'm going to give you a 30-second commercial break. I'm sorry, guys.
FM, the best variety in Northeast PA.
This song goes out to Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry, Richie, sorry. Hey, I'm really sorry about that, Uncle Larry. That was fucked up, man. I'm sorry. In other news, the Shroud of Turin, which they say, historians say was the shroud that was covered over the face of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in his tomb for 3 days, um, has the exact same resemblance as a coin that, yeah, look at this. It was an old ancient coin, which I can't read that. So, yeah, well, if you find this coin, it's 2,000 years old, and you'd be a billionaire. If you find this coin with the face of actually of Jesus Christ on it, um, don't sell it at a pawn shop. The Vatican will give you $1 trillion. I found it. I found this. I found this at a coin store. Yeah. Don't sell on your first offer. This thing's got a lot of value. Next at 10. Gio was flipping it. The Gio flipping it for 2 boxes of Davidoffs. Here we have a gentleman saying, according to statistics, women have killed more than 1.3 billion babies due to abortion in the past 44 years, 45 years since 1980. Men have killed 1 billion people in all of history in every war and violence and murder. So for the past, let's just lowball it, 6,000 years, men have killed 1 billion people because of war. And most wars, men were ordered to. Most wars, the king or the president sent the men to, they didn't want to do it, but they were forced to. But in the past 50 years, 45 years, women have killed 1.3 million babies in abortion, and that's their own children. You see, at least in war, you killed someone else. Women have killed 1.3 billion of their own children. Thanks, Mom. Women have committed more homicide in 45 years than men have for 6,000 years. How's that making your chocha feel? How's that making your chocha feel? The cigar is box worthy. The cigar is godlike. What's the rating? 4.8. It's a 4.8. It probably is my best Tatuaje cigar I ever had. I love this cigar. I'm going to buy some more next week. We definitely need some more bubbles. Let's try to get some positive news. In more positive news, here we have a 1988 Chevy van with a 50-inch flat screen TV. Let me tell you something right now. That might be a 60-inch. This is living, man. Man, this is awesome. Can you imagine having this in a van? You know what kind of chocha you can get in this thing? You know what kind of chocha you can have in this thing? This looks phenomenal. Can you imagine? You can watch the game, whatever. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. I guess this is the comeback, sure. Well, this is a more limited cigar. It's the comeback, yeah. I don't think this is going to be a major batch release. I don't know how many boxes they made, but it's a banger. Richie, have to buy new shocks every 6 months. Why am I buying new shocks? Am I banging BBWs in the Corolla? I've never banged a BBW in the Corolla. How many different women have I banged in this Corolla? Uh, fuck, a lot. How many? How many women have I banged in this car? Well, the one woman in particular, I've been off and on been banging her for 11 years, 12 years. So the whole time I had this car since 2017, that's the same one. But that still counts, but it's only one woman. But that one woman in this car over 1,000 times. I banged her a lot. In the back, in the front. Normally she jumps on while I'm in the front seat. Yeah. But anyways, a lot. The Corolla's got a lot of leg room. But as far as different women, I think 3 different women in this car. Only 3. But one woman, I mean, my ex a lot, but I'm not going to talk about her. But my side chick that whenever I was single, we'd hang out, yeah. Yeah, my Corolla's a hoe. Yeah, if they ever did a DNA test, listen, if I ever die, just swab the car, and you could bring Richie back to life. My DNA is all over. My car's a crime scene. There's just there is Richie elixir all over this car. You couldn't get Richie out of this car. My car is a hoe. Sacco coming in with the funniest. Sacco is the sodomite of the night. You're right on that. You're right on that. Quite right, you say. Quite right, you say. Quite right, you say. Yeah, you would. Yikes, lady. Yikes, lady, you're scaring me. Why don't you go get a wet nap or something like that? This lady, when she was on a hammock, you know the hammock. She was horizontal for a long time. Oh man, she's going for it. Come roll. Sacco for the VIP of the night, the come roll up. You got it, Sacco. This cigar is a banger. I'm smoking it down to the nub. It might be my first godlike Tatuaje. Off the top of my head, this is my favorite Tatuaje. The Tatuaje T110 Corojo. I am majorly surprised. I am majorly surprised. Not as surprised as this woman taking a facial and going on TV, but I'm almost as surprised. I'm almost. I mean, yeah, almost. PG would love this cigar. This cigar really reminds me of a Boulevard Cuban cigar. You know, this was even the way it smoked, the way it tasted, the way they finish it. This cigar really was designed to taste like a Cuban cigar. This is a banger. What a surprise! Even down to the end, to the nub. What a surprise on this cigar. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. The owner of Tatuaje used to sell and flip Cuban cigars a lot. And then he told the owner of, back then, Don Pepin, he told Don Pepin he wanted to make, a Cuban cigar, obviously with Nicaragua, to make his own Cuban cigar. And that's how Tatuaje started, the original Tatuaje. Yeah, Cuban cigars are illegal. On that note, guys, I'm down to the nub. I can't smoke anymore. I'm about to burn my fingers. I'm down to the nub. That's how much I love the cigar. My finger's burning now. I'll see you guys around. You stay fresh. Don't do drugs. Don't drink and drive. Don't take loads on your face and go on TikTok. And go and smoke some cigars in the cemetery. Your ancestors might find you. I'll see you around. Everyone, guys, we have a godlike cigar tonight, a 4.8, a box worthy. Jeremy, go buy a box of this and enjoy it. I don't even care if you don't like it, Jeremy. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. I'll see you around. Sacco, you're not going to buy it because you got like 40 million cigars. You have too many cigars, Sacco. You can't, you got too much. You got too much cigars. Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put this box? Up your chocha? I'll see you guys around. Everyone here, good night. Stay fresh.